We're here this weekend at Elon University launching the first ever cohort of the Viewpoints Fellowship, which focuses on bringing a culture of curious disagreement to campus clubs, helping students see how these skill sets of civil discourse and open inquiry can help them achieve goals that they've already set for themselves. We know that sometimes it's harder for college students to relate to people who aren't in their same generation, so we wanted to create programming that's led really by students, for students, creating a near-peer kind of train-the-trainer model.
Having the programs led by students for students has made it a lot easier to have conversations that sometimes can be difficult with people that you consider different positions of power. So I think it's not exactly that we are very wronging them, but we are learning with them.
I think it can be really scary to disagree about the hot topics right now, because the hot topics right now are really personal. People feel targeted, and it's hard to engage with somebody that you're making feel targeted or who makes you feel targeted. And learning how to do that, learning that maybe it's not as personal as it feels, learning that maybe they're not a bad person, you guys are just coming at something from two completely different angles and two completely different experiences. That's critical if we're going to see each other as real people.
Being put into somebody's perspective, which when I was reading it, I was marking down like, no, like, I'm not interested in this. I don't care what this person has to say. But then it was my turn to kind of speak in her perspective. I was like, okay, now I'm putting myself in her shoes, and now I fully kind of understand the perspective that she's coming from and the intention behind it.
My hope for the Viewpoints project is for it to contribute to this growing grassroots culture of students who care about dialogue and discourse. There's a hunger, there's a drive among students, amongst people in my generation, to be able to have these conversations.
This fellowship is going to impact just the overall culture on this campus, because we're going to be more open to disagreeing curiously, and then not just facilitating, but really navigating those conversations in any space. I feel already confident where I can walk into a room and say, okay, what are both sides, or what are all people, what's everyone's perspective, and then finding that common ground.
Some of the most commonly cited reasons for students not engaging in curious disagreement is just a lack of skill. They feel like they don't really know how, or they kind of know how, but they're afraid of what might happen. But if those are the reasons, and we can all kind of come together and say, I'm a little bit nervous about this, but I also really want to do it. I want to do it with you. I want us to be able to try and make mistakes and do better the next time. If enough students can kind of realize that we share that desire, we'll be able to achieve that culture of curious disagreement together.